I'm Liz Spencer, and welcome to Business Connection, introducing you to the names and faces of Naperville area entrepreneurs and business owners. Today, we welcome back our friends from DuPage Credit Union. We'll meet the Kwak Brothers, but stay tuned for Campbell Long, all here on Business Connection. Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a great group in the studio today. We have Joanna Long and Cindy Campbell, and they are partners in Campbell Long. How are you guys?
Hi, doing great. Thanks for having us.
I love your story. Tell me your story about how you guys got together.
Absolutely. So Cindy and I are both attorneys, and we started our own solo law firms in about 2014. The two of us co-counseled together for many years. We really admired each other's work. We worked together on probably over a dozen cases. Cindy does estate planning, I do estate administration, so she handles the documents, I handle what happens with those documents after the person passes away. So we worked together and found that we worked really well together, and the work product was really great, so we really admired each other's work. So back in 2019, at the beginning of the year, we decided that we should partner. So we created Campbell Long together, and now we have offices in Chicago, Naperville, and Schaumburg. And we're really enjoying the partnership so far.
That's awesome. I think it's wonderful. I think we all strive for that in our own business experiences, to be able to work with someone we really trust and respect. So you guys, that's awesome.
Thank you.
What makes your firm unique?
So when we partnered, we both had a vision to create a fresh, new type of law firm. We want our clients to come in and feel warm, welcome, invited. They're coming to us in some of the hardest times of their lives. It's a very challenging thing to do. So we just want our space to feel welcoming. We have no mahogany in our office. We do have plenty of snacks, beverages. We always are very welcoming to children. You know, as mothers ourselves, we just wanted the space to feel family friendly, feel open, warm, and inviting. We try to make it as convenient of an experience as possible for our clients. We're always available for appointments by phone, Skype, FaceTime. We're available on nights and weekends if necessary. We just try to make the process as seamless and easy as possible for our clients.
That's wonderful.
We always welcome kids too, as she said, and we even have toys in the office. So I know my son particularly loves the big rocket in our Naperville office.
That's cool. Well, it is. It should be family friendly. I know families appreciate being able to take their kids along. Yeah. And this. Tell me a little bit about what families should be thinking about as they grow and they change. As you said, this is, we're estate and will planning here, so.
Sure. Well, as they grow, one thing that usually on the top of parents' heads as soon as they, get pregnant and they're thinking about expanding their family is a will. And that's really important because a will nominates guardians. And then maybe other documents in place as the family continues to grow financially, like trusts. Maybe a child that they have has special needs, and maybe we're looking at later on down the road a special needs trust. Powers of attorney are also always really important. But another important thing to think about is as families change is updating and amending the documents.
It's not one and done, huh?
Right, yeah. So that first child, that's great, but then now you have 3 more, right? So maybe that planning is going to look a little differently.
Sure.
Also, as the laws change, it's really important to come in and, or at least call your attorney and say, hey, I heard about this new law. I heard about the new Secure Act. Or specifically in Illinois, the laws were just updated as of January 1st, 2020 with the new Illinois Trust Code. So that is one thing where we're kind of encouraging clients right now, if they're a couple or married with young children, hey, this is a time when maybe you want to update your documents for the administration purposes, which goes to Joanna's portion of our matters. But continually making sure your documents are up to date and reflect your intent, I would say.
Right. Well, and I think that with wills, I think we assume if we don't do anything, some magic will happen and nothing will it will all still transfer over, but that's not the case.
Yes.
So you're the administrator. So tell me first a little bit what that does,
Sure.
and then how this impacts us.
So there's pretty much 3 types of ways that an estate's going to go. You either have a will, a trust, or nothing. If you have a will or nothing, you go through probate court.
Okay.
So with a will, it still gets filed with the clerk's office, and a judge will look over the will, admit the will to court, and assuming the named executor wants to act, we will work with the executor to help him or her distribute the estate. So that's one way, and then it goes according to their wishes in the will. If they have no will, then it goes according to the Illinois Probate Act. And what the Probate Act says is that 50% of the estate will go to the surviving spouse and 50% will go to the children, assuming they have a spouse and children. If that's the case, it can cause a lot of problems if there's minor kids or if there's kids from a prior relationship. Then you're really looking at the spouse who just lost their spouse having to buy out the portion of their family home from the kids, which could, if it's a minor, causes even more problems. So it's really important to have some kind of baseline estate planning documents in place to avoid this situation. If you have a trust, then it goes and everything's titled into the trust appropriately. Then it'll go according to the trust documents, and that'll be a completely private matter. Nothing goes through the courts.
Very interesting. So the message I hear from you both on this is to take the time to go in there. And when we're coming in and thinking about a will and then possibly a trust, how long is that process?
So the lawyerly answer is it depends.
I love that lawyerly answer.
It really depends on, sometimes I have clients who come in and they say, by the way, I'm leaving for vacation next week. How likely is it that we can get documents in place? Maybe we do a really simple will. And then when they get back, we add on the trust portion or something like that.
Right.
On average, I would probably say 2 to 3 months total from start to finish, because it's a process. We meet with the clients, we draft the documents, they review if there's any revisions that need to be made, and then meeting with them to sign and have it witnessed and notarized. And then if they're doing a trust, there's also the funding portion as well. Right. So putting everything into the trust. Right. So that, from start to finish, it can be a little bit of it can be some time.
Okay, well, it's still worth it to do that, to avoid the trouble you have described.
And I will add that what Cindy drafts is not your grandma's 4-page will that's stapled together. It's a very nice binder of documents that really lays out exactly what the family's looking for.
Well, and I think that's important. I think we find out why it's more important as we become older and now we are taking care of aging family.
Yes.
So give me a quick synopsis of what I need to be thinking about if I have aging parents or maybe an aging aunt or uncle that I suddenly become responsible for.
I would say a relatively easy document or documents to create, but they are so important, is powers of attorney, and that being your durable power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney. Durable power of attorney handles financial affairs, healthcare power of attorney handles healthcare. But this would allow you to step in and run to the bank for mom or aunt or whoever.
Right.
It would allow you to pick up mail for them, handle those kind of tasks for them, those day-to-day things. And if you don't have powers of attorney in place, this is where Joanna steps in.
I was going to say, Joanna can help me.
Yeah.
So then we have to go to court and we have to have you appointed as the guardian over the disabled adult. And what that means is that you go to court, you're named by the judge. It's a very lengthy and expensive process. There's 2 types of guardianship in the state of Illinois. There's guardianship over the estate and there's guardianship over the person. Guardianship over the estate means you would take care of financial affairs, and guardianship over the person means you would take care of the person's healthcare decisions and living decisions. But it's very important to do powers of attorney. It's quick, it's easy. If you don't, then we're looking at guardianship.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it's all things that we don't want to think about, but are so important if we take just a little bit of time to think about it. And you two are lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It makes it easier when you, I think we all are looking for a team like yours to be part of our family. And that, I think, is a little bit what your firm does for us. So
thank you. That's what we're looking for. We want to help families as they have circumstances change, as their family grows and changes. We want to be there to help.
Well,
we really strive to build relationships with our clients and say we want to help clients before, during, and after major life events, right? So we're not just there to draft the documents initially. We'll help you through it in the middle of it. And then, afterwards, what does that mean? What's the estate administration process look like, right? So, yeah, that's
what family does. It's supposed to. You're supposed to stay with us through all of it. So, thank you both for stopping by and sharing what you do. We wish you a lot of luck, and you're doing important work. So we thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.
Stay up to date on what's happening in our neighborhoods and schools at City Hall and all across town with NCTV 17 News Update. Emailed directly to your inbox once a day, Monday through Friday, this 2-minute video not only tells you the latest news, but shows it to you, all at your fingertips.
And that's what's happening right here in Naperville.
And the best part, it's free. So sign up today at nctv17.com/subscribe.
Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We welcome back old friends from DuPage Credit Union. We have Nora Hickey, who's the residential lending sales manager, and Pamela Niestrom, who's the community development manager. Welcome back.
Hi,
We're super excited to always have you with us because we learn so much. Let's start talking about the mortgage home equity environment. What's it looking like now? I think we're all anxious to hear your thoughts.
Yes, well, it's been very interesting as of late, so it's definitely a great time to start looking at your home financing options. So we're seeing that people are building equity still. Equity rates are great. As a matter of fact, the Fed just cut the prime rate again. And then the mortgage interest rates are in a really good position, so it's that time to start looking at cashing out for summer projects. If you're looking to buy, sell, all around now is a good time.
So is that something that if we're unsure, we can come in and talk to you about what, say we want to remodel our kitchen and we're not quite sure where that equity sits in our home, and that's something we can come in and talk to you about? And
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, we definitely like to consult with our members. We're always available, and it's one of the benefits of the credit union.
It is. Well, you guys are so approachable and easy, so I appreciate that. And Pamela, that goes to your personalized service. So tell me a little bit about all of that.
Well, as far as working with a credit union versus, say, a bank, I think a couple of real standout items for us is our personalized service, our level of customer service, and we offer something that is, I think, super unique, is our mortgage guarantee.
Okay.
And what that entails is when we're working with our members, we give them our commitment, our guarantee, that if for some reason their loan doesn't close on time due to our error, we're going to give them $500.
Wow.
And we were just chatting, like, how long that's been. It's like 5 years, and we've never had to do that.
Wow.
So that's a pretty wonderful thing for us to commit to a member that we're going to close your loan on time, for sure.
Sure. Well, and I think people don't realize, how many times that might not happen. And
Exactly.
So to have a what you guys are calling a guarantee, which I like better than a guarantee,
Right.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
You have another great service with your realtors. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, that's like one of my favorite things to talk about, because
Okay.
I think we have an exceptionally talented group of realtors.
Okay.
And what we do for our members is it's a free service that allows them to connect with one of our seasoned agents that we have interviewed. We've had transactions with them. I always love to say they mirror our level of customer service, and they're able to connect with a realtor who's going to take really good care of them, but at the end they get some free money. So depending on the price of their home, they can earn up to $500 at closing, and that gets rebated from that agent to our member.
Wow.
And yeah, it's super easy to sign up. They can go to our website and review all the agents. And then Nora and I are always available to talk with our members if they need some assistance, like who to choose.
Right. That's awesome. So I hear the word members. So tell me a little bit about how easy it is to be a member and why I should become a member.
Membership is really easy. So someone can stop in one of our 3 branches, Naperville, Wheaton or Downers Grove, super easy. They can go in, walk in, talk to a member service rep, or they can really just go online and at DuPageCU.com and sign up. But the benefits, one, they start immediately, and two, it just gives them an opportunity to investigate whether it's home ownership or maybe they're looking at spring, maybe financing a vehicle. But we're there to help consult with our members, you know, whatever steps they are in their life, and we're there to help them.
So I can be a member of the DuPage Credit Union and also have assets other places.
Of course.
Right, it's not
Absolutely.
an exclusive thing. Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So well, that's super nice. And as a member, you're kind of it's part owner. Am I right, Nora?
Yes. So another benefit of membership is when you make your initial savings deposit, you are considered an owner of the credit union. So everything we do goes back to our membership/owners. So all of our products and services, that's why we have lower fees, lower rates. Everything we do is ultimately for our members.
That's awesome. So let's talk about, you had mentioned your realtors, but even before you get a realtor, it's probably a good idea to get a pre-approval of your loan. So
Yes.
talk to me a little bit about how you do that at the credit union and why is that so important?
Absolutely. It's so important, especially in this real estate market. I know we've been seeing this trend where there's not a lot of inventory and houses move very quickly, so buyers have to be prepared. And the credit union takes that very seriously because we really like to take care of our members. So one, we want to make sure that you're pre-approved, that you know what you qualify for financing-wise, so that when you find that property, you're ready to make an offer. And that ties into our realtor network, too. We want to make sure that you're getting the best representation, not only with your financing, but with finding that house, because it's so important. And again, just to emphasize how seriously we take this, the credit union, as credit unions throughout Illinois, we're actually the #1 credit union mortgage lender in DuPage, Kane, and Kendall County.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on
Thank you.
that. Now, there are different types of mortgages. So do you offer all of them? What types are they?
Absolutely. So there's a full range of mortgages out there, and that's where we're there to really advise our members. So we'll have to
Right.
know what makes sense for them, whether it be a conventional mortgage, FHA, VA, everything you've heard out there, the credit union can assist you with.
That's wonderful. And when this is a big asset, this is our largest asset as a private person we're dealing with. So when you work with that person, how do you start with them? How should they start with you? If this is a first-time home buyer, how do they start that process? Because it's massive.
Daunting.
Daunting, right.
Yeah.
So should they be comparing banks? Should they go to you? Should they go to other places? How should they approach that?
So we try and make it as simple as possible. The initial, once you think this might be something you're looking into, it's as easy as going online. It takes about 5 minutes to fill out some information, and then we come in and we look everything over. We'd review it with you, go through your options to make sure that you understand. And it's a big process. There's a lot of steps involved with this process that a lot of people don't realize. And then once we're able to go through all of that with you, we always encourage people to shop around because, again, it's a long-term, it's potentially a 30-year commitment you're making.
Right.
This is the place where you're going to live, potentially raise your family. So we definitely encourage people to look around, but we usually find that we have great things to offer and members see the value in that.
That's awesome. Well, I think it's so important to be able to talk and feel comfortable with your financial advisor. It is, I think people are smarter and better prepared when they feel comfortable with their finances. And at DuPage Credit Union, you guys make that so easy. You are warm and welcoming. So thanks for taking time out of your day to tell us a little bit about what's going on and the benefits of being a member.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned. Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a fascinating guest in studio. It's Sam Kwak, and he's the co-founder of the Kwak Brothers. So welcome, Sam.
Welcome. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about who and what the Kwak Brothers are.
Yes, so the Kwak Brothers, we originally started as a real estate investing brand. We do fix and flips, we buy apartments, but we stumbled across this concept of paying off a mortgage faster, and we got intrigued by it because we have rental properties, and we're like, hey, what if we can start paying off our mortgage even faster? And we started paying some of the debts that we have personally, and we started sharing this with our friends and family, and they were also fascinated by this concept as well. And soon enough, we shot a video and put it on YouTube, just blew up, and people were like, hey, how do we learn more about this? So it became a business where we're now helping individuals, homeowners, pay off their mortgage faster within an average of 5 to 7 years without making more money or cutting back on their expenses.
It's fascinating to me in many ways. I love the fact that that you took your idea, you put it out on YouTube, and you used, good old-fashioned entrepreneurialism to get it done. So good for you. Super proud of you for that. So tell me a little bit about what the strategy is.
Yes. So the strategy involves in using another banking concept, banking product called a home equity line of credit. Well, first let's explain why a mortgage is terrible, and I'll make this real quick. But mortgages, typically a 30-year mortgage, is front-loaded interest, meaning if you get a mortgage today, vast majority of your monthly payment is going towards the bank. So let's say monthly payment of $1,000, about $700 to $800 of that is going towards interest. So the issue is a lot of individuals start this way, and they end up refinancing or selling the home every 7 to 10 years. And what's happening is they don't really get to pay off their principal balance, which is what the mortgage loan balance is, and this is a cycle that people are in. So what a home equity line of credit does is we're able to take a chunk of the principal balance of the mortgage, and we're able to reduce the debt on the mortgage significantly faster. And the idea is we're taking all of our income, putting it on the home equity line of credit, reducing the balance of the home equity line of credit, thus subject to less interest, and then we're able to use the same amount that we put into the home equity line of credit for expenses. Now, what this does is it reduces what's called average daily balance on the HELOC, which ultimately saves us a ton of interest along the way.
Wow. So it's a lot. I got a couple of questions. So first of all, where did this strategy come from?
Yes, so the strategy originated from overseas in Australia and New Zealand. In fact, a quarter of all Australians are now using this strategy to pay off their mortgage. And of course, we haven't heard about this because whenever the banks find out, hey, this is going to make us less money, we're not going to talk about it. And in fact, we're going to demonetize or de-incentivize us giving out HELOCs. In fact, most bankers don't make money at all when offering a HELOC, but they make a lot of money on offering a mortgage.
So if I'm someone who thinks this sounds fascinating to me, this sounds like a good way to go, do you help me do that? Is that what the Kwak Brothers do?
Yeah, so a lot of times individuals will check out our strategy, they'll learn about it. In fact, there are other organizations that share this strategy as well. You can do this on your own, which is like changing your own oil, or you can have someone who's trained, and we have a team of licensed individuals that would take on the person's financial situation and help that individual go through this process.
So who's your ideal client, or who's the client that seeks you out the most? So
a lot of times we have individuals that are in 40s through 60s that are looking to retire faster, and the reason why they can't retire is they have a mortgage and they want to get rid of it. Their alternative thought is maybe we should just downsize and sell the property, but the problem is they may have bought the home at a certain time where the prices are higher, but the prices are low now. So, and they still owe a mortgage, so they can't get out. So individuals seek us anywhere between 40 to 60s, looking to retire faster, spend more time with their family or their kids or even grandkids, and just have a debt-free life using our strategy.
Now, I could see an argument here that mortgage rates are at an all-time low. Why would this strategy matter now? Yeah,
so mortgage rates are indeed all-time low. The only issue is that we haven't seen this rise of 30-year loan balance in a history. Prior to the 70s and 80s, a lot of individuals were borrowing using 10-year, 15-year amortization loans. Today, more and more individuals are opting in for the 30-year amortization, and when you add time to the mix, even with a lower interest rate, it becomes dangerous. In fact, I encourage everyone to go check out their mortgage statements right now and see how much they're going to end up paying at the end of the 30-year cycle. So even though the rates are low, the amortization period is longer, which means that more interest is going to be owed over time. So I know a lot of individuals watching our videos and checking our strategy, they'll say, well, Sam, the HELOC interest rate is significantly higher than the mortgage. How does that even work? Well, it's going back to the idea of reducing the home equity line of credit balance using all of our income, and reducing that balance equals less interest. Thus, even though the interest rate's higher, we have a lower balance, which means lower interest rate, lower interest amount.
Well, and I think it's helpful that if someone wants to do this, they can hire somebody on your team to guide them through this process. Because much like changing your own oil, I wouldn't want to do that. But it gets a little bit, I think, confusing or scary when you're thinking about all the money and all the interest going up, going down, and keeping that all moving.
It's a learning process.
It is.
It's like, it's like driving. You don't want a 15-year-old out there driving without a license, right?
Right.
You want to go through a course or at least learn the process or get an idea. So we do have a team, trained staff that assists individuals going through the process. They're licensed, so they have the fiduciary capacity to do this, and they will take on your numbers and see what they can do and how fast they can help you pay off their mortgage.
Well, I think this would also be super for anybody that might have investment property or a second home, a or vacation home.
Yeah. So, I'm a benefactor. My brother and I own 41 rental properties, and, this has helping us pay off our mortgage as well. So if you have an investment property, a vacation home, or a second home, this is a phenomenal strategy as well to reduce the liability that every month you're paying for the mortgage. So this will be an outstanding strategy for those individuals as well.
So a good place for someone to start learning about this is really to check out your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so YouTube channel is great. You can also schedule a free discovery call. So our team will actually go through your numbers to see how much potentially you can save. Not exact, but we can get a ballpark figure on how much we can potentially save.
That's awesome. Sam, thanks for stopping by and sharing this with me and my viewers. I appreciate it. It's a new concept.
Yes.
You're living the American dream, helping us live the American dream. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned. If you're interested in a television appearance on Business Connection as a way to reach out to your community or to gain exposure for your company, contact NCTV 17 at 630-355-2124. I'm Liz Spencer, and thank you for watching Business Connection.